Hello everyone, I'm Plasmawarrior, as many like to call me, that guy with the afro. Okay, first off, no, I never got an answer from that group of people. I don't think I ever will. Big flippin' deal. Quite frankly, they need to be fired. It's not the point. Point of this was the election, and as you may have probably heard, President Barack Obama will serve another 4 years. You know, I'm going to be blunt honest. I've said this before on my live channel page. I'll say it again here. I mean, whatever happens now, I don't know if you're religious, but we are seeing the trend of the rise of the Antichrist. And let me make sure you understand this. I kind of saw this coming 4 years ago. I'll see it coming again. Now, before you ask me why I'm saying this now, he's not the Antichrist. Obama's not the Antichrist. Don't start with that. I'm going to point it out right now. So now you ask me, what did we gain? Well, here's the problem. And, you know, I'm about to make the most honest-to-God statement. I'm playing with my webcam, you know. I gotta back up. And, like, really? Yeah, it's gonna be like this. By the way, the House is still controlled by Republicans. So keep in mind what I'm about to say is not just about the president, okay? We got nothing! Holy cow, we are a fucking conservative country, and we can't even control both sides of what... I don't understand! Okay, I get it. I understand if we re-elected the president and got a whole Democratic Congress, yeah, then I get it. I don't understand how the House can be full of Republicans. I don't get it. I mean, guys, we got nowhere. I hate to say it. We've got the last 2 years again. Now, granted, it has helped that the Republicans have held the House, but we haven't done anything to really evolve either side. So, realistically, we got a lame duck president and a House controlled by Republicans. What'd you guys vote for? Huh? Honest to God! What did you vote for? Nothing! I can understand if you voted Republican or Democrat and that didn't work, but I don't get it. I mean, this is worse than 4 years ago when I honest to God thought neither of these two idiots, I said idiots, and I mean that, McCain, were good enough. Maybe the Republican base does need to go back and look at what they did wrong, but I don't really care about that right now because they did something right. You want their congressmen in office. In fact, you wanted more congressmen in office. That really doesn't make any fucking sense. You know, I'm going to be blunt honest with everyone. What you've done is made things even worse, not better. Not because Obama's a president again, but you haven't done anything to say we are a nation united. Now again, I'm going to say it now, and I know this one's going to sting some people, and I'm not going to these guy's a Muslim, they're bad. In fact, I know a lot of good Muslim people, so I'm going to point blank say you have my sympathies for some of the things that we have indeed done as a nation. Benghazi. My God, why am I even talking about that one? But, again, there are some bad ones out there, and I think they see this as an open opportunity. Now, let me put it to you this way. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with full confidence, and I hope you understand. When I say this, I mean it as a Catholic. And I'm not trying to bash the Muslim community because I've heard some things, but I've also heard that there are things that really these Islamic extremists, the bad ones, not the good Muslims that I know, are out there and they're terrorizing. I'm going to be honest with you. This is what I was saying 4 years ago. I've said it on my live channel page. You want to go look at that? I'll say it again. Whatever happens now is going to end up being the precursor to the Antichrist. Whoever it may be, I'm not saying he's Muslim. I'm not going there. I'm not buying that theory. But now we definitely have that shock and fear that I do understand that it's going to happen. I'm going to even be point blank. It's going to happen by the time I'm 40 years old. Sometime in the next 11 years, basically. We'll see. I'll be honest. I don't see it happening any less than that. I really don't. And, you know, I am not preaching. I'm not saying doom and gloom, because I don't believe in doom and gloom. I believe in taking care of yourself. And I think that's really what this election has decided. I think, unfortunately, the way things play out, the election has made it very clear that we are now in our own hands more than we are in the hands of the president or Congress. That could be a dangerous play for those who want one side or the other. You guys decided absolutely nothing in this election besides 2 more years. I think, you know, it may work in some degrees, but I really don't think it's going to pan out to our benefit. And I do believe Iran is nuclear right now. I do believe that we're going to have a lot more spending on all fronts. I do believe that in the long run, the status quo is not something we need. We need it one way or the other. Are we going one way or the other? But unfortunately, I think it's still too much the status quo, and we cannot afford that. I don't think we could have afforded Bush, but I sure as hell don't think we can afford deadlock. We've got it again. You know, we're going to have it again for 2 more years, guys. So if you really, really wanted this deadlock, you got it. I mean, honest to God, I would not be so fed up if the House was Democrat or the Senate was Democrat, but or Republican actually, but I can't do it. I just can't come out here and tell you that I'm happy. In fact, I'm not happy one bit because we got nothing different happening. I would have been angry though if things did change too heavily. But I just feel like people, I look at what's gone on tonight, and I believe it's worse than 4 years ago. Not because who won president, but we've done nothing to change. We're going to have this for 2 more years. But I'm going to be blunt honest with you. Everybody who wanted to have this got it. I think the networks definitely demanded this was going to happen. I think they just eat it up. They love this kind of deadlock kind of deal we have. You know, again, I wouldn't be so upset if something changed one way or the other, but we still have too much of the same 3 parts of government. And guys, I'm going to tell you, that's what I'm afraid of this country. That's what's going to kill us. Somebody, somewhere needs to make a change. And I believe it's going to have to come from the Senate more than the President. And believe me, I'm against what President Obama has done in the last 4 years. Believe me, I will accept it. I can't say no, but I'll tell you this right now. If you wanted this to happen now, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it in 2 years. So whatever you got now, you better be happy for the next 2 years. Did you just hear me? 2 years of whatever we have right now. Okay? Get used to it. Because quite frankly, America, we don't have a choice.